Hello, welcome to my cooking show. Today I will be making tofu. It was my second time making it and I really liked the outcome. The video was filmed by my dear friend Vanessa, so it's more funny than usual. We will be starting with the marinade, so for this I used a few cloves of garlic. I like to use a bit more than normal, so more than 2 cloves. I cut them small and I keep some for later. And I like to press them with this tool, which makes it really small. For mirin I used about 1 tablespoon. The soy sauce was about 4-5 tablespoons as well. Then I used some sesame oil, which was about 1 tablespoon. The rice vinegar was quite a bit, so about 3 or 5 tablespoons. It's a bit of freestyle. And then sesame you add as you like. Also ginger. I love ginger, so I always make sure to put some, as well as a bit of honey and sugar if you want, just for that sweet teriyaki kind of vibe. For the tofu, I used a big tofu brick, which I strained a bit. I cut it into cubes. You can cut them as you wish. I put them in the marinade and let it sit a bit while I make the rice and broccoli. For the rice, I also chop up some garlic, about 2 cloves. I chop them small, but I don't press them, and then some onions. I like to let them simmer a bit in olive oil, which makes the rice have a very nice and sweet flavor which comes from the onions. It's a very rich flavor, I love it. So let that mijoter a bit in your pan and wait a bit, but don't let them get too brown because we don't want that. It cooks very fast. Next I take my rice, and careful, you don't want to put the rice into water, but you measure about 2 cups of rice, you put them in, you mix them a bit, and then you add some water, about twice the amount of rice. I like to add some laurel leaves, about 3, and some grain salt, so thicker salt. It just has a different flavor to me. I let that mix in a bit on a medium temperature, and I add little pieces of carrots. I love to do that. It adds some color and, carrots. And then for the broccoli, I cut my broccoli. Yeah. I like to cut it in pretty small pieces, into bite-sized pieces, I would say, and then add the mini broccoli pieces with the rice so that it has some color too. And then I go ahead and wash the broccoli before boiling it in the water. As you can see here, I'm a specialist at that. Yes, I know you can steam broccoli, but I prefer to just boil it. It goes faster and I don't feel the difference. For the tofu, I like to fry it in the pan, just let it get brown and crunchy. And then I take it out, put it to the side and let the marinade get a bit hot and condense a bit in the pan. Yeah, you just get it hot and wait a bit. You will get a strong smell of vinegar, but that's normal. And then you add some starch. I like to use a sweet potato starch. I think it's fancier than cornstarch, I guess. You get it's a bit diluted with water. You mix it with the mixture and it should get thick. I had to do it twice because I didn't get the consistency I wanted. But here you can see it gets to a thicker consistency. That's what I want. But you can get it thicker, and yeah. Then I just put my tofu in and let it incorporate with everything. Can you see how beautiful and juicy the tofu looks? It just looks so good. Yes, so that's it for the tofu. So I just let it sit a bit. I turn off the fire, drain my broccoli and check on my rice, and everything is ready. So for the plating, I like to put the rice under or to the side of the tofu, but the tofu a bit over the rice, but not too much, because just for the beauty of it, you want it to be also a bit on its own, I guess. And the broccoli just adds a beautiful contrast. Also, what I really love is some carrots, like really thin sliced carrots to the side. It's beautiful contrast on the plate and it tastes so crunchy. The carrots really add freshness to the dish and it's so crunchy. I love it. It was so good. It was the best tofu I've ever had, and my friend who is a vegetarian also enjoyed it. We loved it really much. So this was about 4 portions because we kept some for the day after to bring to school, and it was perfectly portioned for 4 portions. Yeah, it was I was really proud of myself, and I think you should try this recipe. It's so tasty, and if you want to change up your food and not eat meat every day, this is amazing. Bye.